Hi everyone, welcome. Today is July 5th and we are on our package sync meeting and we have some topics here, mostly discussion around our Q3 goals. So reminder for everyone that team is going to be out on parental leave, which means we want to make sure that we complete our work to plan our Q3 goals and our milestone plans, so we can cover for him. And while I was reviewing, I saw some topics that I still need some refinement or some inputs from the team. We added labels to some of the issues that needs refinement. That is for 15.3, but also for Q3 goals, we have two big topics that I would like to have some inputs from the team. You're the engineers, you're the smartest ones there. So is this feasible or not? Can we really do this in 3 months with all the other things that we have in there? Are there any dependencies between the different epics that we have in there and the issues or with other teams? So pretty much just taking a look on it. One is the improvements for the package registry UI, and the other is all the improvements for sorting, searching, and discoverability for the container registry UI, which, by the way, I'm very excited that we are now working on nice things for the container registry. Yeah, so that was more like an announcement to make sure that you take some time to do that.
You could see the work for I think for the package registry, I don't expect there to be as much backend work, but for the container registry, if we want to do improved sorting or sorting by like most relevant date, we might need to do some backend work as well. So I think I would recommend looking closer at there, and there's issues listed in one of the comments for what we would want to get done there.
Thank you. And on our, sorry, go ahead.
One thing missing from, I'm just looking, and one thing missing from that top table that we wanted to try to fit in for the container registry was the auto deployments. And so it seems like a big project, but having maybe just thinking of what is reasonable for the next quarter, what we could do for the auto deployments for the container registry, if anything, and that would help us to sort of define an iteration that we could achieve.
Yeah, the first part is we need to coordinate with other teams, with distribution to have the database automated, and with scalability to have the Redis instance that is going to unblock more on the auto deployments. But we can also review the epic to see what else is going to be there. Sophia needs to continue working on some stuff. She just got a bonus about that. And yeah, we can review a little bit of the work that we need to do on our side. Okay. Good. And on our next topic, part of our next prioritization framework is the last update. We are not going to force teams to adjust to the percentage that we were proposing, but it is still important for us to keep some hygiene on our issues and keep an eye on the percentage that we're using for maintenance, the percentage that we're using for features and for bugs. One of the important things here is that we are seeing a high level of undefined work, which means issues that don't have maintenance feature or bug. The problem in here is these dashboards are not considering the meta label, which probably we need to move those issues to a project that is, for example, the package project. But also the other thing is we have some issues. For example, the bumping version for the container registry don't have any word type label. We have some tests also that don't have those word type labels, and those ones definitely needs to have a word type label. I'm going to continue working with the next prioritization work group on this one and let you know. What I need help from everyone right now is please make sure that you go and review your issues, like the issues that you're working on, issues that you see on our milestone, and make sure that they have a word type label. Steve?
Yeah, actually, to follow that up, when we have issues like for example, like the milestone planning issue that's assigned to the milestone, what type of label should those like MR related issues get? Because I think I started looking through the list and it's like, you know, there's a lot that it's it's just a discussion issue or something that doesn't necessarily have work attached to it at this point.
In the past, for those ones, we were using the meta label, but the dashboard that the next prioritization work group is using is not considering that label. So I'm in conversations right now to see if they are going to include that label on those dashboards. And the other solution that other teams have is they have another project that is not in those ones. So if we see, for example, our package project is not considered on those dashboards. So probably our planning issues and our discussion issues needs to go on that project instead of GitLab.com. I'm still in discussions. I don't have an answer yet.
I like that less just because it would be less transparent for people. Like there's no way users are ever going to find the package project and our planning issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we had actively pushed everything out of that project to the main repo for that reason, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like our users can still find the issues because we use the labels, right? And if we have the epic still on GitLab.com, the issues are going to still be there, but definitely discoverability is not that easy.
I think so. I added an item for reviewing the 15.3 plan. I could quickly share my screen.
Yes.
If that would be helpful. Okay. So I mean, milestones keep turning. So I have the plan for 15.3 here. I would highlight that we have one security issue planned. This is the last of the 3 that came up last month. So hopefully we'll be able to address that. On the container registry side, continuing the focus on the migration. So the finishing the premium and ultimate non-VIP migration, and then doing the VIP migration in 15.3. And we've been coordinating with the account management team on that. We started hearing back about customer messaging and timing and things. The other one here is this is using the creation timestamp. So this is a huge performance improvement for the container registry cleanup policies. This will be something on the Rails side. The continuing our investigation into how to supply AML for the container registry or user level data. So this will be very important for actually getting credit for how big the package stage is. And then some usability changes. So we have a couple of things like improving the settings, which is important for some of the work we have planned for the rest of the year that will expand the settings. Another improvement to the cleanup policies, and another improvement to the container registry UI. So some subtle usability improvements that will make a big difference. Then I tried to pull in, there's been some dependency proxy bugs that have been blockers for people. One is preventing anyone from using Azure Object Storage. So resolving that will unblock a whole audience from using the dependency proxy. And then we've been pretty consistently seeing this bug where the feature is not working with project access tokens. And this is particularly blocking some of our dog fooding usage of the feature as well. So it'd be nice to unblock that and go back to dog fooding. And then as a follow-up to that issue I just mentioned, adding some tests to our feature test that will test with different authentication mechanisms. And on the package registry, there is some authentication improvements. So making sure that you can use the list API with that you could view the list. Sorry, so you could view packages using the job token, and continuing the work on the settings layout that Katie and Rahul have been working on. And then I have a couple of stretch goals here, more on the settings, and then there's an NPM bug that's been hitting a few of our customers recently. We've been trying to prioritize this. But I did try and keep it, it is a little bit lighter on the Rails side. We do have some time off for Steve and David during the milestone. So I wanted to make sure that we planned something that we really only chose the most important things. So for me, from the Rails side, really the performance improvement for the cleanup policies, and the dependency proxy bugs are the most important things. So if there's anything that needs to come off the list, we could consider this, the job token issue, if we need to cut at all. I guess. Any questions or comments?
Nice plan. And thank you everyone for contributing on the plan. Yeah. Good. Do we have any other open topic for today? Okay, well, thank you and have a nice day.